Taipei is a diverse city with amazing food and friendly locals. This is Katie from Creative Travel Guide, and today we share the things to know before you go to Taipei. Looking for more travel tips? Make sure to hit subscribe and ring that notification bell. So firstly, let's look at the best time to visit. The best time to visit Taipei is from March to May, when the city begins to warm up from the cold winter, but the touristy areas are still fairly quiet. You can also see the cherry blossom during these spring months, and rainfall is fairly light compared to other months. Typhoon season runs between July and September, and this time is also hot and humid, so try to avoid if possible. So now let's look at getting there. Most visitors visiting Taiwan will arrive via plane, with Taipei having 2 international airports, with most flights arriving at Taoyuan Airport. From here, you can catch the airport MRT, which is the fastest route into the city and takes around 35 minutes. If you're arriving late at night, you can also catch a bus into the city instead. If you are visiting other areas in Taiwan, you can also catch a high-speed train to most other cities in the country. So now let's look at getting around. The easiest way to get around Taipei is by taking the metro, which has 6 lines of underground, ground and elevated tracks, taking you to most areas of the capital. You could also choose to take a bus. These are air-conditioned, clean and efficient. Alternatively, you can take a taxi, but make sure to have your destination written down in Chinese and avoid traveling during rush hour or thunderstorms. So now let's look at the typical prices. Taipei is a great place to visit, but of course you do need to budget your trip. Hostel dorm beds cost around 600 Taiwan dollars, whilst private rooms in budget hotels begin at 1,500. 5-star hotel rooms begin at around 3,000, whilst recognizable brands will cost you around 5,000. Food from local stalls will cost you around $40, whilst a sit-down meal will begin at $400. Metro rides start at $30 and taxis begin at $70. So Taiwan is a fascinating place to visit, and it is possible to visit Taipei on a budget. When traveling around Taiwan, skip the high-speed trains. They are really convenient but more expensive than the local trains. Budget hotels can be found all over Taipei, so use these to save money on accommodation, but also make use of the local food markets to eat great food cheaply. Western food is much more expensive than the local food in Taipei, so skip this as often as possible. Take a free walking tour to see the city, or visit the free temples, shrines and museums available in the city as well. So now let's look at the best things to do in Taipei. Taipei has plenty of unique and interesting attractions to visit. The National Palace Museum is home to over 70,000 artifacts from Imperial China, whilst the National Taiwan Museum is the oldest museum in the country. Make sure you spend some time visiting the many temples in the city, with the Longshan Temple and Confucius Temple being the most popular. Head to the Beitou Hot Springs, a popular destination just 30 minutes outside of downtown Taipei. Here you will find resorts, spas and inns that offer a relaxing experience for reasonable prices. Foodies can, of course, try all of the local food at the markets, but also try taking a cooking class in the city too. For fresh air and an escape from the busy city of Taipei, take a day trip to the nearby parks and enjoy one of the many hiking trails. You could also take a day trip out to Jiufeng. This is a tiny historic gold mining town with preserved old streets and traditional tea houses. Watch this video to find out the best places to visit in Asia. Then, for tips for backpacking Asia, watch this video. Have a great time in Taipei and stay creative.